KeyStone and this is RedBone. We launched this platform as a way of speaking to the people from a point of view that we feel may have been overlooked or just not heard. It seems to be a lot of interest in the city of Pakoima, a few miles north of Los Angeles. Our story is too complex for just one point of view, and we decided to give you a full insight into our hometown, Pakoima, California. We're going to get into our history, street culture, politics, sports legends, and music legends. From the sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet relationships between the blacks and the Pakoima Latinos, to the contentious interactions with the Foothill Division Police Department. Pakoima has a unique voice that distinguishes itself from the greater Los Angeles area. We've heard from everyone else, now it's time for the Pakoima.
All right, y'all. Stone and Bone back for another edition. I got RedBone. I got Be-Krazie. And of course, it's me, KeyStone, today. So now, we decided it's a lot of information going around right now. A lot of information out there right now. And I know some people wanna claim to be the exclusive, but that's already been done. You can't claim exclusivity when it's already been done.
Say it again, Stone.
You cannot claim exclusivity when it's already been done.
That's right.
Be-Krazie already done blessed us with his story. For the people that don't know, episode 1, Stone and Bone, we started it off with the foundation. So anybody else can't claim exclusivity. I needed that to be known right off top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
Now, we do have some discrepancies because we got some fellas who have shown up and have made some statements on other platforms, and it kind of, in my mind, has collided with what we have already put out on our platform. So what me and Bone have decided to do, hey, let's go back to the source and let's get this situation straightened out.
Hold on, Stone. Hold on. Make sure. Hey, first of all, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave them comments. Tell us how you feel. And we got the girl here. So, we're going to give a shout out to S. Wiggins too, homie. Good looking out. Some feathers have been ruffled over there. So we just finna have some fun and let's do this.
So, hey, I appreciate that. We not here for the divisiveness or to go back and forth with that internet gang banging and all of that. But we set out a platform. We set out a premise that we felt was legit, and the foundation was solid. So when I feel that this platform right here has been contradicted or has been put in a position where we have to
speak on some shit,
then that's what we're gonna do. And so I have myself picked out certain statements that were made that I would like Be-Krazie to clarify. So, with that being said, first statement that I would like to be clarified is this one.
OVG, a lot of people think that OVG was started first, or that's a lie. We had a conversation in the middle of the yard in Corcoran, and it was me, Johnny Moe, Gat Shalump, and a few other homies. We had a conversation. didn't know, right? And Lump say, hey, Mo, who started OVG? Well, what came out first, OVGC or OVG? Johnny Mo said OVGC, right? And a lot of homies, that they wasn't aware of that. I don't know how. People don't realize. OVGC came out in 1982, was started by Gangsta Lump and a host of other homies. And then Johnny Mo started OVG around 84, you know what I mean, 5, whatever, 84. And then OVG 11.
Could y'all hear that?
Go
Well, I
ahead,
heard it a little bit.
heard a little
It,
bit,
it could
but speak on that.
Okay.
but probably
For everybody that may not have heard it, okay, what was said was that OVGC was started by Gangsta Lump in 82, and OVG was started in 84 by Johnny Mo. Be-Krazie. Is that how you
well,
remember
no, I
the
don't remember that. I don't remember that because 84, 85, I went to prison. OVG was already formed when I was in juvenile hall. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny Mo went to prison before Lump, or went to jail before went to jail and ended up going to Tracy. Now, let me say this. From my knowledge, from me, that OVG in general was the main dinner. Lump, like I said in that last interview with C-Rat, Lump put the C on the G. How could you put the C on the G if the G wasn't there before the C? You see, it don't make sense. Because, like I tell them, well, you got another question that's gonna come up that I was damn near about to trail off into. But but man, it's older dudes from the valley, way older than Lump. And
wow.
OVG, if you want to get technical, yeah, Lump ain't nothing but 3 or 4 years older than me. If you want to get technical, like Kwam said on that Wiggins, how the fuck I'm saying I could have been an OVG, but when they put the C on it, that made me not want to be OVG. That's letting you know that OVG was out first.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And that goes to all the older homies out the valley. You know, that was like some Dina Love. You know, the valley, it wasn't no gang banging. It wasn't no Crip. It wasn't no blood. It was OVG, Eastside Cobras. You had the PPAB, West Side Godfathers. You know, you had some Midtown. The projects, you had them. But that was like, you know, we talking about the original gang. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But I, I, we ain't never had no Crips in the valley. Period. Nothing homegrown. All that shit was penitentiary, came home, and man, man. But yeah, that's enough. But yeah, that. Like I say, this dude's older than Lump. You know what I'm saying? Lump is a little homeboy. You know, he's a
Oh,
big homeboy when it comes to the cripping because he the one to put the C on OBG.
but he had to have something to put the C on.
Bingo, man. That's why I don't understand. But at the end of the day, that's from my knowledge. I think I don't know what that is. That's some Donald Trump bullshit. Niggas just making up shit. But at the end of the day, to be technical, that's them niggas. I give a fuck what came first, to be honest. I'm from Paru. I'm Be-Krazie. And I know goddamn well there wasn't no Crips in the valley. And the first Crips that came to the valley with a neighborhood were Front Street Crips. If if the Crips came before Pakoima Paru, where was y'all neighborhood at? Who was y'all enemy? And that's no disrespect. I got love. Let me clear the record for my loved ones from OBG, the ones who claim Crip. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna sit up there and say what T said. Cause what Crip Hood that OVG had, ever had. We ain't talking about the West End because that's past my days. I can't talk about the Wisset. They came past my days. I don't know what in the fuck they doing. You see what I'm saying? But in my era, it wasn't no Crip. Only goddamn Crip that was stationed in Pakoima with a neighborhood was Front Street. You know what I'm saying? The Hill, yeah, they stayed on the hill, whatnot. But you know, that's for my knowledge, nigga. And I ain't, yeah, you know, that's the first time I ever heard that shit.
Lump is you related to Lump?
Yeah, that's my folks, bro.
Okay. So you should know
You know
who
what I'm
you
saying? That's why he said, oh, if oh, man,
Go into that yet, Craig. We gonna get there. I know
okay,
where you was
okay,
going.
yeah. I gotta let you roll there.
I
Well,
know
that's
you
my
was
thing with
going.
that.
Don't go there yet.
Okay. Go back to
We
the
about to, hey, like I said, man, we just trying to make sure that the discrepancies are talked about just to protect the integrity of Stone and Bone Pacoima perspective.
right.
And and I'm here to always, from day one, protect the integrity of Pacoima Paru. Period. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? And like I
Salute.
said, I'm not on here to be, oh fuck you nigga. Man, fuck that shit, man. Y'all know y'all be in the streets, get active. But at the end of the day, I know T. Me and him had a few run-ins. Uh I ain't gonna say we best buddies, but we have a respectful relationship.
Y'all have a
You see what
respectable
I'm saying?
rapport with each other. Right, right.
Definitely. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna throw him under the bridge because I ain't got nothing to throw him under the bridge with. You know what I'm saying?
And
All I know, yeah,
I'm
go
not
ahead, bro.
trying to I'm not trying to disrespect him either. I don't know the brother. I got respect for him. Everybody I know done talk good about him. I'm just saying
Solid,
when you
homie. Solid.
contradict when once a contradiction has been brought up about what we doing, and even though he didn't mention us, but like I said, we dropped the exclusive with Be-Krazie already. So if you
And when they
contradict
tapped on it, they always gonna have exclusives. Y'all from my town, so I'm always gonna fuck with you foremost. You know what I'm saying? But
Be-Krazie, didn't
that's
mess
just
with
for the say.
nobody.
You know,
Nobody. Gang of people asked him for that exclusive. He
and
gave
then
it
to
to
be
Stone and
honest,
Bone.
I want to say this, and only why, no disrespect to Wiggins, shout out to Wiggins. Do your thing. I like your content. Stay doing you, young Crip. Like I told you from the beginning, I rather ran it through y'all from the beginning. It's
Right.
just yeah. If y'all gonna say I'm biased, I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm with my homeboys for anything, so I'm always gonna be biased. But if my homeboy wrong, I'm gonna stand on the right tracks of right. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna run it through my homeboy, anything through my hometown. Period.
Hey, shout out to S. Wiggins. S.
Shout out
Wiggins
to
is
Wiggins.
S. Wiggins getting content. He not able to say if this dude's saying this or this dude's saying that. All he able to do is listen, especially when it come to these valley politics or these
Yeah.
Pacoima politics. He don't know. He don't know what hand is on the right, what hand is on the left. So we were gonna
Yeah.
respect S. Wiggins and we gonna respect Gangsta. These is 40-year-old memories, so it's bound to be some type of discrepancies. But we gonna make sure we stay with Stone and Bone put out was correct and true, and ain't none of the story done changed within these few
Ain't gonna
months
never
that,
change.
we've been out. The stories
It
ain't
ain't gonna
changed in the few months we've been out. So now
Hey,
we gonna go.
and let me say something. And I got exclusive too. We gonna get some of those original OVGs that we was just talking about to come on. So I'm trying to set that interview up too. So stay tuned, y'all. We finna get them.
I wanna be a part of that. I
Stay
wanna be a
tuned.
part of that.
Stay
I wanna
tuned,
be
because
a part of that.
hey, we want to get Teran. Teran, you're welcome to come on the Stone and Bone Pacoima Perspective
That's right.
and
and speak your
make
peace.
and explain. You know, maybe I heard wrong. Maybe we heard wrong, but you got that opportunity to
To come speak for his section,
come
straight
speak
up.
for yourself,
Speak for
bro.
your
Come
section.
speak
That's
for
just what it
yourself.
is.
Ain't no hate. We want it right because I'm about erasing the lines. I wanna make it where we can all be cool. So, but we can't have it. We can't do that if we got falsehoods in between us or misunderstandings in between us. So let's make sure we got everything understood and everything is on that solid platform of truth.
And
So
and
now,
let me say this. Now, as of OVG and OB, I'm gonna say this in a respectful way. Like I said, if y'all missed it, really, that's not my neighborhood. None of them. So I feel kind of just even speaking. But when a motherfucker say they came before two P's, it makes me say, where was y'all neighborhood at? The original OVGs, C's, not the West End. They way down there. Shit, a motherfucker got to get in traffic to see them. You see what I'm saying? It's like going to Inglewood to Compton type shit, if not farther. But saying that to say, that's why I'm here, bro. It's like, until I die, homie, I'm always stand for two P, regardless. No, I'm not promoting gang banging. No, I'm not put a nigga on. But I'm sure gonna promote stand up for your tribe. Same way y'all motorcycle dudes stand up for your bike club. I'ma stand up for them two P's and a B. Period. 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 It's no different. But now you carry on. But no disrespect though.
all right, here we go. We going to the next discrepancy or misunderstanding, however you want to characterize it. This is the other one we had it. We had an issue with. See, so hopefully y'all can hear this.
My crew, not a month, who I grew up with, ended up being 2P. And, because when I got out the halls, I was about 13. And, I told all my crew, hey, we gonna be quick. And then a couple of my D-boys and friends, a couple of my homies say, nah, it's gonna be done. They're like, nah, we gonna be quick. And then they started, and they started, a couple of my niggas, like, only one like me, Madman. You got Chaos, which is, that's Terrence. Chaos, man, those are only a few homies around my age. Oh, you know, we didn't talk about the homie Foster, Stacey Foster. That was a real homie like this. And V-Lo. My crew, not a month, who I grew up with, ended up being.
All right. So now, like I say, man, hey, gangster, you welcome on the show, bro. We tried to get you before you even went to S. Wiggins. Um, now, Be-Krazie. Have you ever heard? Now he didn't name that
Never,
you was there, but
never, never,
we
never,
have
never,
interviewed
never,
Frex. Was
never,
there
never,
ever a question,
never, never,
ever a
never,
conversation of y'all turning of
never,
y'all being Crips?
never, never in my entire life that I've been living on earth, 57 years. I ain't never in my life have I was ever in a conversation or ever been around any conversation of a person in the valley becoming a Crip. He said he was 13, so that make me 14. I'm already blooding.
This is 1979, 1980. Was
See, and
there a
so like I
discussion?
said, Turan is younger than me. I'm in the ninth, he in the eighth. He might, like I say, my birthday's in November, so niggas that's in that next grade, they might be 57 right now, but I'm about to turn 58. So saying that to say, bro, I was in juvenile hall around that time, banging the hood. You see what I'm saying, bro? You saying Fret, Danny Boy, Booney, Chicken, Booney and Chicken came to me in the nine to get on. It wasn't no Crip. So what made you be a Crip? I mean, like T. Honestly, I'm talking to you, T, because you going to see it because you text me off the Wiggins. You said when you ran around your crew, you knew the crew, me and Spoke Dog, Todd and Black and Good Sean, and then you had you, Frex, Booney, Stick and Mike, and Danny Boy. That was kind of like y'all little car coming off that side of town. You came out of your mouth, and I said it before you said it to my homeboys that I'm not saying you was from the hood, but you used to say blood. You used to rock with us whenever we got out. You got out. So how did that happen? To what influenced to you to even come to my young ones, and they still living, so they can speak for themselves. I'm knowing that conversation. That's that's uh that's Trumpish. That's a fucking lie. You see what I'm saying? Because man, check this out. When we was running around BNT, we was running around going to high schools fighting Crips. When I was in high school and I was going to other high schools. You was a part of that.
Damn.
So when did the Crip vocabulary? I can see if you said when I first went to the Piers and it was me, Spoke, it was a Hoover dude named T, and it was Choo Choo from Backstreet. You had Crips then, but we wasn't Bloods. We were just shit. This Valley niggas saying verbal like the Bay niggas saying blood. And that was the closest partnership at that time before I got to banging that I had with a Crip. See, what I don't understand is, and this go to you, T. Uh, like you said, you remember when the homegirl came and got me about an issue with you and my homeboy, and during that issue, I asked you. That was like, shit, we was going to the pen then. I had to been about 80, 86, 87, 85, whatever. You just got out or whatever, and you and Lump walked up in there. I asked you, so you a Crip now? I was shocking to hear you was cripping then. And I asked you that out of respect, like, damn, you a Crip now? Which it wasn't no problem, like I said. I don't remember you being a PPB when we put on. You know what I'm saying? You kinda went with the OVGs, and then that era, that's Lump's era, most of them dudes turned Crip. Because Lump came home from Tracy with the Crip. And then that's a trip though. Before Lump came home, it wasn't no Crip. It was just OVG. Now, I don't know if Lump just scared Johnny Mo, because Lump is a dangerous little black motherfucker. But to make a long story short, we the first black motherfucking gang in Pakoima, California. That gang bang, that went and had enemies, that shot Crips and got shot by Crips. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, it wasn't no other black. Still today. You see what I'm saying?
So okay, so that was two of the
Six.
situation.
Two of the
That was
six.
two of the six that we had. So now we're gonna go to the
Two
third
out of
one.
six. Ooh, let's go. Let's
So
go.
now we're gonna go to this third one.
You gotta turn it up, Bone. Stone.
He himself, when we was at Pleasant Valley Sea Yard, he told me himself. He told me how the two teams came about from the Pierce Park apartment boys, and he told me that had not put the C on it, that he would have been from OBG into his damn self. But didn't want to be hit. He said so. That's the reason why he did the 2P thing. And the person who started 2P was my cousin. That's Be-Krazie. And Be-Krazie told me himself when we was at Pleasant Valley Seashore. He told me himself. He told me how the two teams came about from the Peace Park apartment boys, and he told me that had not put the C on it, that he would have been from OBG and damn self.
Okay, so I believe that was Snoop from Witsit
Nah,
Ave.
no, that was Kwam. That was
Quan
Kwam. That
from
was
Witsit.
Kwam. From Winston, he the one so-called, I guess, according to their knowledge, that he put the 3-pack together.
He put the
But
3-pack together. Yeah,
yeah, so Kwam, correct, Kwam. You are so correct.
at Pleasant
What
Valley.
what you just said debunked everything that he said. How in the hell could the Crip come before OVG? But when he put the C on it, I didn't want to be from OVG. That don't make sense.
Right,
You see what I'm
right.
saying? But yeah, you right, Quan. And shout out, man. Shout out to you, Quan. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, Crip. Uh, but yeah, come on, man. Lump will tell you that. Lump will tell you when I went to his pad getting out from Tracy, me and Smoke Dog, and I went up to him. And I was happy to see him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is like my gangster cousin. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker said, "Cuz." They motherfucker exact words. He said, "Oh, cuz, you gonna have problems when you get in jail." That right there was like a nigga eating his spinach. Cause
Mm,
I took that and I ran with it. And any motherfucker know. Cause that right there was the true turning point. You know what I'm saying? Because not that the valley was against LA dudes all like that, but you gotta look at the history. LA used to come out here and bully. So when I was growing up, my older homies, they wasn't cool with the LA dudes all like that, because them dudes at the end, every time the LA dudes, they was Crips, you know. Bloods ain't never came out here and smashed back then on nobody. It it always been the Crips. So at that time, I heard of Crips from all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas attacking my people in school. Them niggas all that Amsterdam doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's false. That's false. I don't know if T was drunk when he was talking or what, but that was some Donald Trump shit there.
all right. Okay, so you and Kwame did have a conversation at
Yeah,
Pleasant Valley.
yeah. Yeah, I used to
Okay,
fuck with Quan. Quan was a cool little grip dude, mellow dude, head on his shoulder. I didn't know he was gonna come home and try to start some super crip car though. You know what I'm saying? Cause he seemed like he was on. He had
hey,
grew up, and that was damn near 15, 20 years ago, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've been out 10, so that was about a good 15 years ago. I didn't think Quam was was trying to make a super crip car. That's facts, homie.
so okay, so OVG without the C was not a street gang. They was a
And
jail.
that was
They was a jail thing, right?
well, it formed in the jail like that
Oh,
because
prison. Okay.
no, it was the county jail, dog.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was the
thought it was a
county
prison.
jail because you got to
That's why I
figure,
speak on it.
if you go back past me, well, I'm 57. Talk to the dudes that's 61, 62, 63 that was going to the county jail back then. If you was a valley nigga and you might have had store, them LA niggas don't take that shit. You ain't have no homeboy. So you formed to
Right.
protect. It wasn't like a blood and crip gang. It was the valley niggas as one, dog. We from the valley, dog. You know what I'm saying? We low ride, we move as one. That's what the originality was formed at. And that's why it was formed as dudes from the valley that's incarcerated, you know. And Lump put the C on it. When Lump put the C on it, if you know, that was a big old little old war among each other.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And once again, though, niggas say they east side OVG. Where y'all hood at? Who's y'all enemy? I'm being real. Shit. That's no disrespect.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Here we go with the next one, man. Number 4.
Be-Krazie, that's my cousin. That's his first cousin. So, and yeah, but you're right. If he had been home, Be-Krazie would have been right with him. Because, and the whole club would have been on TV. Really, but I'm telling you, a gang of homies had got washed up. There's a few homies was left, whatever, was in the county and got back, did a few years and came back home. But a lot of homies got gang of time in 82. And so, Be-Krazie, who started 2P, that's my cousin. That's his first cousin. So, and yeah, but you're right. If he had been, Be-Krazie would have been right with us. Because, and the whole club would have been
Niggas
on.
say I'd have been wrangled up. Huh?
So yeah, that's basically reiterating what Kwam said. Uh, if Lump would have been home, you would have been from OVGC, and the whole hood would have been from OVGC. Now, is there any way that you see that as being a possibility?
Okay, we're gonna go back to what I just told you. I just told you when Love got off of Tracy and they lived on Stillmore Place in Panorama City. I went to his house. So he was out. He
He
was
was
out
out.
of jail being a crip. And
Wow.
I went to see him when he got out. And if you
Wow.
ever talk to Lump, he'd tell you the same shit. I rolled up on him in Georgia when they lived over there off Stillmore Place in Panorama City. And he said, when I said, "What's up, blood?" That nigga was like, "Oh, cuz." We hugged, we talked, we did our thing. Lump was still a matter of fact. I ended up going to jail because that's when Lump got shot.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So how the fuck? He's home. He's home. He was home when I seen you, Saran, when Janine came and got me. So he wasn't in jail. He was
Wow.
home. I was a blood when he came home. So I don't do pancakes like that. I don't flip flap. You know what I'm saying? It ain't in me like that. So that's a debunk. That's a lie. That's a nigga assume. He should have asked Lump, and
Mm.
Lump would have told him the truth. Nah, nah, But yeah, that's debunked. That's. I think he was happy for being on S. Wiggins' show. So
Like I say, man, hey, these is 40-year-old memories, man. Maybe I don't know. You know what I mean? We
shit,
go,
you
we
talking about
go.
40? Them motherfuckers is damn near 45-year-old memory.
Feel me?
I'm 57 years old.
So yeah. So T, Gangsta T, you welcome on the Stone and Bone show to clear up any of these discrepancies, man. We want to make sure that what we putting out to the people is factual. That's all it is.
And then at the same time, it ain't an OG such as Peachum. Come on, that's my OG. QT, that's my G. He ran with my brother. They ran together. So it's like I would love to be on with them. Now if they tell me something different, I will respect. I already know he's in the blood. They could go on with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna change on what I know. But as OVG, who came first and second, if they agree that the Crip came first and second, so let it be. But I know goddamn well that's the first time I ever heard of that. You see what I'm saying? First time. And like I said, I know you name it guys that I rock with. You name it guys that I got out with. You name it guys that influenced me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I would love to have them on there so they can speak the truth on how I got down and who got down when I was getting down. Instead of everybody saying they was outside when I was outside, dang it. Bring on these cats that was out there with me when I was the only guy out there with shorts, banging these peas. But like
Mm.
I said,
Hey,
at
what
the end
year
of
was that? What year was that? What year was
the day,
that?
hey man, you already know what I had a habit of doing, so I can't remember everything. But the more you bring on other people, I can line up with them dates.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? I can't be good looking and half intelligent and still have my memory. I can't do all that,
So let me
man.
ask you
I,
this: when you was running around like that in them periods in them apartments, was you in junior high school or high school?
I was in junior high school.
Okay,
Now
okay.
he already said exclusively on the Stone and Bones Pakoima perspective that he was outside at 12 and 13. So we gonna already know just because I could do math, if he say he was born in 67, by 79, 80, the man was outside.
And and and
Okay.
and and and, and, and,
That's just
and,
math.
and the coldest thing for all y'all dudes like to pull up records and go to my motherfucking files. Nigga, it'll show you when I was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? I remember putting 1978 and 79 on school paper in juvenile hall.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I like I said, the people that went to school with me, you know, in my grade era, which I really only seen one on here, which was Richards. I mean, like I said, bro, I don't like pom pom for my motherfucking self, but it wasn't nobody out there blood like me. It, period, period. And I was checking everything. Motherfuckers hated me. Oh, that nigga about to party out. Especially if the crib in there. That's what I'm saying. The crib. Man, y'all taking away Front Street. Man, Front Street is out there cripping harder than any crib that in Pakoima. Period.
Hey, here's a question: out of all the homies from the other Damu sets, Paru sets, the other neighborhood, who was one of your mentors coming through that damn system? Because your name, they say you was a beast through the system. I done heard it from Bloods and Crips, straight up. Hey, your homie
You
did
saying
this, this, and that.
mentors? Hey man, I got some of the most infamous bloods in this whole blood card. Rest in peace, Baba Louie, China Dog, Big Bruno. I ran with the Brims, Buster Hole, Love Man, CKC, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Stony, rest in peace. Rock the Bell, Six Deuce Brim. Uh, motherfucking Roscoe Nigel Bishop, rest in peace. Uh, Big Puddin'. You know what I'm saying? From West Side Pyro. Man, the legends, homie. I was privileged, 1985 and on up in the 4300 to be around some of the most uh blood privileged individuals that a man could be around. Uh, Bloods. I was all, I was part of that wave that started sagging because Bloods didn't sag. And I used to hear the older homies get on me about sagging. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
we
deep.
gentlemen. They used to always be on me. We gentlemen. But we start sagging, we start tattooing. The older homies wasn't like that. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So when you say that, shit, still today, me and China Dog got test shit. That's why I went to the big homeboy from Inglewood, rest in peace.
That,
You know,
that, yeah.
I went to go see my OGs as well. OGs like Nasty Ed, because you know when I had Big West from Inglewood family, aka Original Chain Gang. It's dudes like that. It's many more, man. It's so many more,
Hey, you was young though, running with these dudes though. Am I right?
man. Yeah, I was one of the younger bloods in the module. At the time, I think I was about 3 months older than Ace Capone from VNG. That was my road dog too. I got love for Blood. I even talked to Blood when I was out in California. Titty Boy, Crenshaw Mafia. I had a privilege of being around a lot lot of dudes that started their own neighborhoods that we see today. Crenshaw Mafia, Kevin Dykes, 151. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and like I said, I was blessed to be around China Dog. You know what I'm saying? That's like,
I heard about China Dog when I left. Man,
the last, I'm going to share this with y'all. I'm going to share a small conversation that when I talked to China Dog at Nasty Ed's funeral, and he said he don't like the way the Bloods is moving because we are one. And we said we need to get that shit right. This is the homie that's 62 years old. You know what I'm saying? A legend. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way I was brought up. And that's what I did amongst my homies. We was a family. We was more than a gang. We may have the gang mentality because we was protecting our neighborhood. But at the end of the day, we all ate at keys off $1.20, and it was five of them. It was love. It was family. That's what made me give my life to it. Because after I started it, I had to show it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had a lot of blood mentors still today. And some of them, hey, like China Dog said, blood. You done did everything a blood do but stay home. China Dog, if you watching this Baru, I've been on for 10 years. Nigga.
that's right.
Hey,
I
that's a
took
hell of a
your life.
question, Redbone. Salute to
Yeah,
that, Bone. You came with one.
and I bang all of them. I bang every blood gang. You know what I'm
Wasn't
saying?
no
I ain't
different,
got
huh?
no,
Wasn't no different.
ain't
That's
no
how it
difference.
was. Wasn't no different.
You know what
You
I'm
diss
saying?
one,
Wasn't
you
no
diss some.
difference.
I got to get out for all of that. Period.
Yeah, that's how I was, man. But
That's
we
how
ain't
it
on,
is supposed to be. That's how we was
but
raised,
now,
man.
now let me say this. I don't promote gang violence. And I'm serious. I don't promote gang violence. I don't condone gang violence. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to forever be a power. So if you ever go to my funeral, man, drop a red or burgundy bandana. If you a Crip nigga, drop that blue one, nigga. Because if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Yeah, make sure that's on there.
Damn.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, this ain't about blood or crip right now. This is about Pakoima in the Valley. And we gotta make sure that what we representing to the rest of the world is one story, one truthful story. We can't have this story, that story, this story. Nah. Let's just bring it out one way and bring that to the rest of the world.
Yeah, but yeah, man, don't make a long story short. I'm gonna go to y'all next question whenever y'all ready. But I just want to say, I don't want motherfuckers to get the wrong idea that a nigga on here with this new age Twitter finger trying to download motherfuckers. I'm clearing up facts, bro. And from my
That's it.
recollection, that a lot of, I'm gonna say 80% of that shit that was said about my neighborhood is false. 99.9 that you said about me was false. You had the relationships, correct. Kwam, you spoke the truth. You spoke the truth. You see what I'm saying? You spoke the truth. And that right there debunked everything he said once you said that.
Right, right, right.
But I want to be personally get on there and clear that up, homie. No, T, come on, Crip. Come on, OBG. Come on, man. Stop that. Come on, man.
That's it. That's all it is. Cause I said this. I said, damn, they kind of contradicting each other right there on the thing. But a motherfucker who haven't been involved in the valley politics or seen the valley politics or been close enough with an earshot of this shit may not know that. But like I said, I wanna portray one thing to the rest of the world. It's been enough division. So here we go with the next one.
No, I was just gonna say, cause I ain't gonna like, I don't want to like trying to make it seem a certain way, but if Fuck would have stayed out, it wouldn't have been no 2Ps. Let's just keep it game. That's what everybody thinks. No, I was just gonna say because I ain't gonna like I don't want to like try to make it seem a certain way, but if Fuck would have stayed out, it wouldn't have been no 2Ps. Let's just keep it game.
So did Lump have any bearing on when you decided to name 2Ps or anything? Was there any bearing from Lump on you on what you became as far as being a blood?
Yeah, the only bearing it had when we went to go see him, me and Shorts, and he came out the door, and like I told you, I said, "What's happening, blood?" And he stopped and said, "Oh, cuz you gonna have problems in jail." And we laughed the shit off. We stayed doing whatever we was doing. I I I I'm here today on Paru. So if anything, he made me not be a
Right.
OG because I never in my entire life was gonna be a Crip. If for one, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want motherfuckers to take this the wrong way. When I grew up, it wasn't cool being a blood, and in order to be a blood, you had to be a real tough nigga. And to be a Crip, it was so many of them. They never had problems. They was the problem. So for you to be a blood, man, you going up against 2 to 12 on every incident. So I looked at it like this. It's easy being a Crip. Let me be something that nobody want to be. And nobody wanted to be a blood. Everybody wanted to jump on the Crip bandwagon. Oh, no, I want to go right. I don't want to go left. So, no, if he'd have stayed out, if he'd have stayed out, he'd have fuck around and been a blood. You understand what I'm saying?
So look, just so we clear. So now
Hey, let me say this.
when you went over there, hold on. When you went over there to talk to Lump, had Pakoima Paru Bloods been named yet? Was the name on there yet?
I don't know. I don't think it was a name. It wasn't no name. We was just, tell you the truth, I think I had went to the county jail. I mean, not the county jail. I went to juvenile hall for a stint, had my little fights and shit. No, I don't even think I had no fights that first time. I think that second time when I had to fight with Rags out to be in the block Crip. That was like my first ever in my life official Crip fight. So I want to say, nah, I don't think we had a name. We had a moniker. But I know for sure everybody was saying blood out there like the Bay Area. So
So
like
had OVGC been named at that time?
I never heard of it. I never heard of it at that time. Like I said, that was the first time that I heard Love say Crip. When Love opened the door and I said, "What's up, blood?" He said, "Oh, cuz." You know what I'm saying? That's the first time me and Dog ever in life heard Love saying cuz. And
Hey,
then he said Killer Troy. Me and Killer Troy was cellmates. My cousin, we were cellmates in Folsom. We was and that was 1989. And Killer wasn't no motherfucking Crip. Killer was an OVG. Chin was up there with us. Chin was a Crip. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I was up there with all the OVGs, nigga, and Killer Troy was not a Crip. Period. He was a straight OVG. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So I don't know what when did that come about that Killer Troy was a Crip. It just that was the mix of OVG. You didn't know if them niggas was Crips or regulars.
That was, yeah,
Right.
that's what that was.
Right. That's
That's
true.
exactly what that was coming up,
Yeah.
man.
And
Yeah.
then that's why I always had that in prison because saying you got two OVG Crips on the yard, and then you might have one OVG. You gonna hang with the OVGCs because that's his people. So you gonna see him in the Crip car. And that's how the Bloods looked at it. Like, nigga, ain't OBG Crips. Then OBG wasn't no Crips. Them original Valley gangsters. Pimp, player, hustler. Them niggas ain't no Crips. You see what I'm saying? And that's go to say, like, Bone Daddy shit, bro. If anything, he was an OVC. He wasn't no OVCC. That's original. He's the original motherfucker from the Valley. You know, Big Mohound and them, man. Them dudes, come on, man. Johnny Mo older than Love. But like I said, to get to your question, no. That nigga could have stayed out for the rest of his life. I was gonna never be a Crip. I ain't never thought about being no Crip. So that
Yeah.
was a lie.
Bone, you had a question?
I forgot the question because it got interesting again. I told y'all know how I get, man, when it's on right there. I had a good one for this dude. Damn it. And y'all messed that one up. I have a good. It'll come back
Hey,
trip because I ain't letting him. We got him tonight. The,
think about it.
we got it. You know, it'll get there. We
All
we
right.
just we picking Be-Krazie's brain, man.
Man,
Hey,
hey, you gotta do more than that to pick it.
See what
That
I'm
ain't
saying?
that ain't that ain't never feather talk right there.
You know what I'm saying,
hey,
homie?
here we
Oh,
go,
okay.
man. The last one. And this one, it's a softball because it already been retracted. So, but at the same time, it still, it still came out. So for the people that didn't see the retraction, let's get this let's get the reaction off this one.
Came out the two things went out. Wasn't no blood. Wasn't no blood. When Gangsta Love started on BGC, wasn't no blood. But it was a clique before that, which is called PPA Boys. And but wasn't no blood yet. Came out the two things went out. Wasn't no blood. Wasn't no blood. When Gangsta Love started on BGC, wasn't no blood. But it was a clique before that, which is called PPA Boys.
Who in the hell said? Who is that saying that?
That's your
That,
that's
That's not
Gangsta
T.
T.
T, no, T, you didn't say that. I didn't hear
hey,
that.
Yes,
hey, hey, T, hey,
No,
T,
T, you didn't say that.
look,
hey,
T, don't say
hey,
nigga. Hey,
no.
I'm not
No.
imitating the nigga voice.
Come
That's
on, man.
that's what he said. Like I
hey,
say, that's
hey,
a softball. He already retracted that. So but go on and speak on that, Craig.
Hold on. First, hold on. I lived in them apartments, man. My daddy all them, homie. Hell no, man. We're babies of the alley boys, homie. I'm a baby
hell
of
no,
the alley boys. I'm one of the original babies. My daddy was original alley boy, homie. He was never that.
man. That's what I'm saying, homie. You know,
Never.
nigga, and then like I say, I'm that last cut off that alley boy. I'm out there with the
Oh,
alley boys, man. It wasn't no cripping out in front of that alley, man. Y'all, I know. Everybody wanted to be PG, but this is the truth. Where the East Side OBG neighborhood? Since y'all the first Crips and two P's, PPAB turned into Crips, and where was y'all neighborhood? Because we had the East Side, the West Side, the Terrace, over there on Vine Street, running all through the hill. Even had homies in the project. Fillmore, where the OBGs at, man? Where are they? That's all I'm saying. Where y'all neighborhood? Oh, I'm gonna stay PG, YouTube on that one. You know what I'm saying? But now don't get me wrong. I want to say this. It's some tough OVG Crips. I know some tough ones. But they ain't pushing that line like the Crips pushed lines on Buzz back then. Y'all never seen us and got on top of us unless it was already some war going on among us over whoever.
we doing it though, but damn,
man, man,
come
T my
on.
partner, man. Hey, T, no. Like I said, you T no. T, you already know. Only thing changed about me is trying to be a better man in life. But at the same time, I'm gonna shoot that realness sarcastically, but I'm gonna stay real with it. You know, I'm gonna ask you a question and you can come on and answer it. What neighborhood that y'all control? We ain't talking about the West End, Dead End, or the Wissy. We talk about the first Crips that was in Pakoima outside of the front street. Where was y'all neighborhood at? Where was y'all posted up? And who was y'all enemy to even be a Crip? At that time, it was gangbang. We talk about the 80s. So who was y'all enemy? Because Wiggins asked you that question and you didn't answer it.
Mm.
And I asked Wiggins, damn, how you gonna ask a question and then he never answered it and you left it there.
Hey,
Come on, man.
again, I'm going because because of who I am. I'm a side on the fact that this is 40 years ago, and maybe motherfuckers just don't remember shit the way don't remember shit
Nah,
exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, what I think it is. You know, with all due respect, trying to rewrite history because there's no history.
Mm.
Winston's got history. Dan N's got history. You know, OVGs as one got hell of a history. Some of them dudes is my OGs, and some of them Crips. Don't get it fucked up. Some of them are Crips, OVG Crips. You know what I'm saying? And they are my older homeboys. I respect them, and I rock with them. But we never was enemies. You see what I'm saying? And to keep it real, I would love to have them on here because they'll tell you how I push my line. Hear from them. Don't hear from no dude in my era because I know there's some dudes in my era, they only tell parts of a story and then they fabricate the other half. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. If we ain't getting paid for keeping it real, nigga, that should be something you want to do anyway. But go on, ain't no more questions.
Yeah, all the so we got through all the discrepancies that I found in that in
Yeah.
that in that in that podcast, man, and that's what I wanted to address. So now I'm gonna ask you, do you have any oh shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm about to go.
Craig,
Hey,
Craig, do
but I
you
do
have
want to
any
say this.
how you
Yeah,
want to
I
Hey,
sum this up, man?
I do. This is what I got. Wiggins. S. Wiggins. Homie, can you please remove that thumbnail? That thumbnail don't represent the hood or it don't represent me. Put a big ass P hat up there. But them dudes on there with them tattoos don't represent my neighborhood, homie. Especially when I'm talking. Can you please take take that thumbnail off with them dudes with me talking? Cause they not nowhere a form of a reflection of 2P. Please. That's what I got to say. And like I say, I don't know nothing about the Wizards. I don't know nothing about the Indians, and I don't know nothing about uh, West End. I don't know if they crippin' weak. I don't know if they crippin' tough. So, you know, I don't got nothing to say to them, you know. But what's up, Quan? How you doing, bro? Man, but
hey, Case, I got a question for you again. Here's one. If you were to walk into a room of everyone you knew, who would be the first person you would look for?
it depends on what scenery I walk to, because it's all different lives. That some part of niggas I know don't even walk on that side of life. You see what I'm saying? You ask me a question, shit. You know, you ask me a question where it ain't no right or wrong answer in a sense. You know, it's like if I walk in a room and who do I look for? For one, why did I walk in that?
Mm.
Okay, no, no,
Let's start there.
no, I'm reading
Because
the
if I went
question.
in that room,
Uh huh.
yeah, what reason for me to even walk in that room to look for somebody?
No, the question is, if you were to walk into a room of everyone you know, who
Okay,
would be the first person you would look for?
that's still tricky because I got loved ones that's not here.
See, okay,
So when you say if my brothers is in that room, I'm gonna look for them.
right, right, right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if I was around the Bompton homies, I'm gonna look for China Dog.
Okay,
You see what I'm
okay,
If
okay,
I was around, like it's certain neighborhoods
okay, okay.
that I'm around that I look for certain individuals because I have a relationship and I always got respect for every entire bloodhood. You know what I'm saying? From Dago to the Sacramento. So it depends on what room. Like I said, shit. I'm gonna look for my brothers if they alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was a tricky, Ricky question.
I got tell you, I got to man.
Hey,
We chopping
hey,
it up with the craze tonight, though, man. We hanging out with Be-Krazie, picking his motherfucking brain. Shit, the general.
Boom.
man, you gotta pick harder than that, man. You gotta pick harder than that, man. You ain't got no. That was a Lulu question,
It was a question,
because like I
though.
said, that's like saying if I walked in a room, I want to know why did I even walk in that room.
I know
Evidently, I have
that
to
one.
know
Okay,
somebody to even walk in that
well, look, Craig, that wasn't a no.
room.
That ain't the question. The question, you already done walked in the room for everybody you know. Who you looking for in that room with all the people that you know? Who was the first person you looking for?
If my
And all
brother's
the
living,
motherfuckers
I'm
you,
looking
oh,
straight
I
for
hear
them.
what you say about your bro, so I understand it. So
If
you
if,
answered the
if my
question no
son,
matter
if
what.
my son, if my son in that room, if my
See,
son in that room, I'm
right,
looking for my
right.
son. If my mom in that room, I'm looking for my mom. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I'm not looking for no
But it's
homies that I
everyone.
got a
That's
blood relationship
what it
with.
was. That's what it was.
So most
Everyone.
likely,
That's where it
if
hits that
if I
room of
walk in a
everyone
room
you
with the people living today, I'm a look for my mama and my son.
know. Okay.
And then once I find them, I'm gonna look for my woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. My
Real
woman,
shit.
my woman told me like I gotta say for her to hang with me, that's a hell of a woman. That's a hell of a woman. That's a hell of a woman. You know what I'm saying?
We
And she
got him.
deserves
Hell yeah.
a
Hell
lot.
yeah.
I'm
You
keeping
know?
it. I'm keeping that.
On
I'm
the
Yeah.
keeping
real.
that. That won't get edited.
That's
Hey,
it. That's the truth, folks.
Real
not
talk.
That's a
editing
hell of
that.
a woman. Hell of a woman.
Bone, sum it up, man. What you get out of this conversation? Bone, sum it up for us.
Wow. Just that
Hey, you a cold nigga, so
I
you
told you
threw
he
the
do
ball
that.
at that nigga and he wasn't.
See,
Hey,
he did
threw
it
it right at
again.
his face. This nigga ain't even looking. Nigga, you
Hey,
better duck, nigga.
hey,
Bone, what you got, man? Sum it up, man. What you get out of this conversation? Bone, what you want him to
Man, just
know?
come home when you're supposed to speak with a person when a person wanna get at you. If you go, just come on and tell the truth when you get on there. I ain't calling nobody no liars or nothing, but we got the content homegrown, and we just want to get it out right. That's it, and that's all. If you want anything to know about Pakoima, come right here.
and
Anything from the blue to the
yeah,
red
and
that's formed out here. Shit.
yeah, but we gotta get a real reputable blue nigga that's gonna speak the truth. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
Like I told, he asked me, Wiggins asked me a question. He asked me the enemies. I give it to Front Street and Sanford. They're the ones I ever had problems with. Excuse me. And he asked me a question about like who was the toughest Crip. And still today, I got to give it to Mad Dog from Front Street. Mad Dog from Front Street, he did some real gangbanging. He made you pick the boots tie your shins. That was like the hardest Crip that I ever had issues with. Cause like I said, you had to come in the nines to shoot us. That nigga had no problem getting out the car. You know what I'm saying? That Crip nigga
Hell
he
yeah.
wasn't playing. You know,
He the
that
one. He
made
the one. He the one dumped out the Panorama City Mall, right?
on big, yep, on Big E.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say all that, but yeah,
Yeah, but no, but shit, that's what he got caught with. He was trying to get at the homeboy, and the homeboy did a whoop whoop. That nigga let off. Up, up. But the homie stayed firm. The nigga didn't speak on it. You
At
know what I'm
all.
saying? But he ended up getting killed in Pelican Bay.
Oh shit, he. Oh no, I didn't
Yeah,
know
he got
that.
killed in Pelican Bay. Well, like I say, I don't want to be wrong talking Crip business, but I think he was fighting another Crip, and they shot him. But that little Crip
Damn.
was hard. Oh, yeah, he was pretty. I think his name was Frank or Roger.
No, it was Roger.
Roger.
Roger's Mad Dog and
Roger White.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, like I said, I got love for my Crip niggas.
All
You know, the
right.
real Crips, the real ones. Not the ones that's looking pretty and want to fuck with the bullshit. But we talk about motherfuckers that line. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we can wait till T get on here. T can get on here with me. We can toss that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay to be different. It's okay to have a different understanding. But it ain't okay to tell lies.
Yeah, yeah. That's and that and that's how
Misunderstanding.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up on that. I'm my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I gotta protect the integrity of the Stone and Bone Pacoima Perspective. We already had an exclusive with Be-Krazie. So a lot of the things that were brought up on that show contradicted what we already had out on our platform. Therefore, I felt a responsibility to the people to let's discuss those discrepancies and let's get to a truth. Let's get to a foundational truth that we could project to the rest of the world. Uh, this San Fernando Valley, man, is only so big, and no, we don't have a history of the city, but the history we have, it gotta be it has
It's
to
the
be
VAR section,
truthful,
bro.
and it has to be truthful, and we gotta protect it with integrity. So I invite Crips, Bloods, Mexicans. You all got, if you got a perspective, you got a platform to bring that out on right here. Um, we not
And LA
pushing.
ain't got it. And I want to say this. I meant to cut you off. LA ain't got a history like us. Shit.
It
See,
go both ways.
exactly. It go both ways.
I got you.
You know what I'm
Respect.
saying?
Respect. LA ain't got two Heisman's running from Nate from over there. Straight up.
You got baseball players too.
Feel me? So we got our own history over here. We know we the little brother or the step brother of the city, and
Yeah.
that's cool. But hey, like I always say, like Andre 3000 told him, hey, the South has something to say, Pacoima got something to say. So we letting it be known, and we want y'all to know that the truth has to be respected. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. But y'all OVGCs that know me and know my heart, know what I'm with, know I'm coming with all the division or trying to divide and conquer all that bullshit. It's not about that. It's just about the real being told and the real being portrayed and put out to the rest of the world. That's my motivation. So with that being said, that's a good look, Craze, for coming back on. You know you always got a spot right here. The foundation. Bone, we got another one. Y'all missing out if you ain't tapping in with that Stone and Bone. Y'all missing out. I'm just gonna just say that. Y'all missing out. Stone and Bone, we out of here with this episode.
Comment, subscribe. Don't forget, we read the comments for real.